Y'all, some insane drama is about to blow up because the streets are saying that Beyonce's former surgeon allegedly just spilled some insane tea about how Beyonce has allegedly been forcing Blu Ivy to get plastic surgery to make her more beautiful. Now, y'all know that the internet has been talking smack about Blu since she was born, and it looks like those nasty comments might have gotten to Beyonce. Y'all know how everybody has been saying that Blu is stunning and that she had a massive glow up? Well, the surgeon is now claiming that it's because of the work she got done. But that's not even the wildest part, because the surgeon just released a long list of surgeries that Blu has planned for the future. Things are getting wild, so let's jump into it. Okay, so y'all know that the spotlight has been on Blu Ivy's looks since day one. As Beyonce's firstborn, people instantly started comparing her to her mom, and social media took it way too far. Twitter and Instagram were flooded with posts picking apart her features, debating everything from her nose to her hair. Sure, some folks were supportive, but a lot of it was straight up mean. One of the worst moments came when she was still a toddler, and people were already coming for her hair, calling it uncombed and dragging her for no reason. Even Saucy Santana had something mean to say about Blu. In one tweet, he replied to a Twitter user who said, "I just want to be like Blu Ivy." Santana then replied to this saying, "Nappy-headed or?" Like that's not bad enough. He also tweeted, "I'm sorry, but Northwest clears Blu Ivy. Have several seats. Just said this yesterday." And when he was called out a couple of years ago, he doubled down on his mean tweets, saying, "Fake woke B-words? People don't care about old tweets. The internet has this weird thing with power, thinking they have the power to cancel someone. Newsflash, you don't. Y'all be thinking y'all have someone by the balls about situations you don't care about." Instead of just letting her be a kid, people seemed fixated on whether Blu Ivy would live up to Beyonce's image. It wasn't just about how she looked, it became this constant measuring stick against her mom, who's seen as a beauty standard in the industry. And as Blu got older, that pressure didn't fade, it just shifted. Suddenly, it was all about her style, her outfits, and how she carried herself at events. The comparisons kept piling up, and now they included Jay-Z too. Viral memes started making the rounds, putting her features next to her parents, all with the same subtle message. Did she get the right genes? The nonstop scrutiny was never fair because people picked apart her natural hair and facial features, often judging her through a Eurocentric lens that completely ignored her identity as a Black child. Adding to all the negativity are the rumors about how her family manages her image. Lately, blind items and gossip blogs have been claiming that Beyonce and even her mom, Tina Knowles, are frustrated that Blu Ivy doesn't look enough like Beyonce. According to the rumors, Blu's glam team puts in extra effort to soften her features before any public appearance. Some sources have even gone as far as saying that Beyonce's team might be prepping her for a nose job when she's older. According to a blind item, The Brand, in one of the most image-obsessed families in the business, insiders are saying the heir, Blu Ivy Carter, to a global empire, is already feeling the weight of not fitting the brand. She's been handed Grammys, red carpet moments, and front row seats to her mother's superstardom, Beyonce. But behind the scenes, there's tension that no amount of spotlight can cover. It went on to say, allegedly, Queen Mama and Grandma matriarch, Tina Knowles, are privately frustrated that the princess of the dynasty didn't inherit more of her mother's face card. Instead, she's the spitting image of her billionaire father, Jay-Z, much to the apparent dismay of the glam team, who are constantly working overtime to soften certain features before she hits the stage or the gram. Word is, the young heiress is already hyper aware of what the public says about her looks. And yes, she's reading the comments. The item ended with, insiders say she started leaning into makeup early, trying to tilt the scale more toward mom's clone and less dad's twin. Some claim a long-term image strategy is in place that could include future refinements once she's of age. Nose job rumors. Let's just say the conversation has been floated. Meanwhile, Mama Bear is said to be pushing hard behind the scenes to position her as the next big thing, whether she wants it or not. After all, what's a billion-dollar brand without a legacy act? Some people have spoken out against the and the nonstop rumors. Fans and supporters have called out the way Blu Ivy's been treated, saying it's completely wrong to put that kind of pressure on a child. They've pointed out that picking apart her looks or speculating about surgery isn't just unfair, it can actually be harmful. There's also been growing concern about how fast she's been pushed into more adult roles. From her makeup to her dance moves and stage outfits, some people feel like she's being made to grow up too fast. Even Tokyo Tony has accused Beyonce of putting Blu in situations that might not be right for a kid, raising questions about what it really means to grow up under that kind of spotlight. And if Tokyo Tony is telling you how to raise your kids, you know it's pretty bad.
No 13-year-old of mine is gonna be doing all of this in front of no grown. I don't give a you talking about. I don't give a you ain't doing it. Do that you grown or old enough to do it. So guess, little Beyonce, go ahead, because later on, she just training y'all next in line, because Beyonce 40-something. How long she gonna shake that like J-Lo? Because they got to. You're a puppy. They get mad because I say that. And then they say this and say that. Girl, your mother is Beyonce. They got billions of dollars. She can do a lot of that little girl. That little girl could be influential somewhere, talking about real good things, mental health, stuff with children. She's only 13. Ain't nothing wrong with a 13-year-old.
Blu Ivy's experience isn't unusual for celebrity kids, but what makes her story stand out is just how intense and relentless the attention has been. She's faced unrealistic expectations and nonstop speculation about everything from her looks to her future. It's all part of a bigger issue in the entertainment world, where image and reputation start shaping people's lives way too early. A lot of the pressure she deals with is directly tied to the public image her family maintains, especially Beyonce's. That connection between her mom's carefully built brand and the expectations placed on Blu Ivy is a huge reason why the scrutiny never seems to let up. Beyonce's image has always been under a microscope, especially when it comes to how she fits into the entertainment industry's beauty standards. Over the years, people have pointed to her straightened hair and lighter skin as signs that she's leaning into Eurocentric ideals. Critics have focused on these things, saying they reflect a bigger issue in the industry where certain features are celebrated while others are ignored. This conversation isn't new, but it hit a boiling point during her Renaissance era because she looked very light. The internet went wild with skin bleaching rumors, and Tina Knowles even stepped in to shut them down. Yep, she wrote, she does a film called The Renaissance where the whole theme is silver with silver hair, a silver carpet, and suggested silver attire, and you bozos decide that she's trying to be a white woman and is bleaching her skin? Duh! She wore silver hair to match her silver dress as a fashion statement clown. This girl minds her own business. She helps people whenever she can. She lifts up and promotes Black women and underdogs at all times, and unfortunately, this kind of scrutiny has spilled over to Blu Ivy. People don't just see her as a kid. They see her as Beyonce's daughter and expect her to fit the same image. Every time she shows up in public, the comparisons start all over again. Beyonce's straightened hair and lighter skin have quietly become the standard people use, and a lot of folks act like Blu falls short simply because she looks more like Jay-Z. And the truth is, Jay-Z hasn't exactly been celebrated for his looks in the media, which only makes things worse for Blu. And from what the surgeon is saying, Beyonce and Mama Tina are doing their best to make her look as different from Jay-Z as possible. Now, it might seem weird to us normal folks that kids as young as Blu are getting surgery, but unfortunately, it's more common than you think in Hollywood. I mean, Bella Hadid got a nose job when she was only 14, and let's not even get into all the filler and all that stuff, so unfortunately, it does happen. Word on the streets is that a lot of celebrity parents allegedly push their young kids into surgery before they get older, so they can just lie and say that their new face is a result of maturity and puberty. And it's sad that Beyonce and Mama T might be pushing Blu into it. But hey, like the blind item said, it's all to secure the bag. But anywho, I want to know how you guys feel about this. So drop your thoughts about this in the comments, then check out this next video.